Y'all, I just finished watching The Good Son. I'ma tell y'all this. The whole time I'm yelling at my TV, I'm thinking I'm about to watch Kevin McCallister from Home Alone. That was not Kevin. First of all, let's talk about it. So, the little boy right here, Mark, so he just had a tragic event that happened to him. He just lost his mother. So y'all, why his dad took him to stay with his uncle and his cousins, because I believe his dad had to do something for a job or something like that. So the whole time he telling him he'll be back to get him in 2 weeks. He was saying that this was like a winter break or whatever the case. So everything started off kind of okay. First of all, Henry came down the steps and this mask. Henry just came off weird anyway from the jump, y'all. So they go out to the treehouse, and in the first scene, you know, Henry asked Mark, he like, "Are you afraid of heights?" So Mark told him he wasn't afraid of heights. So like climbing up the tree, it was like they had put like the boards down, so the one of the boards had came off. You know how you the board that you climb up on for the tree, right? So anyway, Henry asked Mark, if he drop him right now, would he fly? Would he be like, do he think he could fly? Aside from that, first of all, this little boy Henry, he goes and he get the little bow and arrow thing that he made, and he was trying to hurt a cat. You know what they say when kids hurt animals and stuff like that? Some not all the way there. So Mark was telling him to scare the cat, don't hurt the cat. So anyway, they was on a bridge running from the dog or whatever. So y'all, tell me why he came back and got the steel arrow and he killed the dog, y'all, with the little contraption that he made. And Mark looking at him like, "Are you nuts? You're insane. Like, this is crazy." So the whole time, Mark is just trying to play nice, because what can he do? He away from his home. He just lost his mother. He already mentally going through a lot. But he just like, what the hell is he into now? So Henry asked Mark for his help. He had like this man, like a dummy, and it looked like a man, right? So they ran to the bridge. So why Henry had Mark to help him hang the man over the bridge, and why he caused a major wreck and had the cars to flip, and it was like a 10-car crash. Then on top of that, after he did that, he was saying he was gonna hurt his little sister Connie. Mark was telling him, don't hurt her. Why would you hurt your sister? So they was going ice skating, and Henry had her, like, he was speeding with her on the ice, and there was this particular part of the pond that was blocked off. That's where the thin ice was. So he ended up like swinging her to the thin part of the ice. She fell through the ice. So the whole time, Connie like, Henry, help me, help me. So he's pretending like he's going to help, like pull her up. So he just going like the way he was doing his hand. Henry, Kevin from Home. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, y'all, this is an older movie, y'all, but this is getting ready to go off of Netflix at the end of this month. But anyway, that right there was just like real crazy right there. So by this time, Mark is like, you know what? I got to tell somebody. So he told Susan, he told his mom what Henry was up to. So y'all, why Susan slapped the taste out of Mark's, like she slapped him in the face? How dare you talk like that about my son? That's my son, X, Y, and Z, y'all. Oh my God, this stuff was crazy. So, you know, once she go to the hospital, so he was coming in the room. The dating, he was coming in the room. Henry was coming in the hospital room to see Connie. Y'all, why he was trying to smother Connie with the pillow. But he ain't know his mother was in a corner, like right there, like, cause it was like dark. He ain't know that she was like in a cut right there.
Oh my God.
Susan asked Henry what happened, like what happened with Connie, and he was saying it was an accident, and he ain't realize how much Connie meant to him, and he always treated her like the bratty little sister that she was, and so y'all, why she go to his little shed? You know how he have his little shed or whatever with his stuff and all of that, his little boy shed. So she found a rubber ducky from her other son, Richard. So she asked Henry, how did he get the rubber ducky? And he was telling her it belonged to him. He said it belonged to him, and give it back to him. So she said, well, how long have you had it? I was looking for it after Richard passed. And so he was like, he took it because it was his. And he told her to give it back to him. And she told him she wasn't going to give it back to him. Y'all, why he snatched the rubber ducky, like he aggressively took the rubber ducky from her, ran out his little shed, went all the way to the well and threw the rubber ducky in the well. This stuff was crazy. So after the rubber ducky incident, she run after him, to see where he is. So, y'all, this part, I was just like, I know you lying. They run to the cliff, to the end of the cliff or whatever. So, but he was hiding. She was looking for him, calling him, and he was like, Mom, did you think I was going to jump off the cliff or whatever? He was. And so, tell me why Henry then pushed Susan. He pushed his mom off the cliff. I was like, oh my God, the whole time. Oh my God. By this time, Mark come and he bum rushes Henry. So they're fighting now. And the whole time Susan is trying to like lift herself up, climb back up off the cliff. So she ended up able to get off the cliff, and then somehow Mark and Henry, now they're hanging over the cliff. And now it come down to the good son. Who is she going to choose? After everything she found out, y'all, about Henry, her son, and Mark, it was like Henry came out and was like, I love you, Mom. Mom, just use both arms and pull me up. Mom, I love you so much. He was gaslighting his mother the whole time. She saved Mark, as she should, because say what? He just threw her over the cliff, and now he begging for mercy for her to save him. This was an older movie, y'all, but when I tell you from start to finish, I was like, oh my God, what? This not the same Kevin McCallister from Home Alone, you know what I'm saying? This movie was, yeah, it was crazy.